our NFP story begins when we were first engaged, and we didn't know much about NFP, but we wanted to learn more, so we took a class.
And prior to that, we both grew up Catholic, but hadn't really given a lot of thought to like NFP and practicing it in our marriage. And I guess as I got older and grew more in my faith, that was something that I thought that I would want to practice in my marriage, and I would want to learn more about natural family planning. So yeah, when we got engaged, we took a class, and at that point then we learned that there was like so many more benefits than just the fact that it's like morally acceptable in the Catholic Church. So I guess some of the benefits that we started learning about and that we like appreciate today as far as NFP in our marriage, just like understanding fertility better and understanding like the natural cycle of the body. And because we had a better understanding of that, it's helped us to like both achieve pregnancy. So when we wanted to like conceive each of our children, that helped us like using NFP and understanding like the cycle helped us achieve pregnancies when we tried to achieve them. And it's also like helped us postpone or delay pregnancies when we feel like it's not the right time to like be pregnant again.
Right. And I really come to appreciate the open communication and almost like forced communication to an extent. Like you have to continue to talk to one another and communicate in your marriage and pray for God's will for your family, whether you're trying to avoid or trying to conceive or what God really wants for your family. So that conversation has to be revisited continuously. So.
Yeah, and another benefit, like because the conversation is revisited continuously, like it almost allows more of like an open heart and more openness to life. Like had we been using contraception or like, you know, on birth control or whatever, and like maybe months or a year would go by before we'd have to say like, oh, hey, like, are we like ready for another child? Whereas using NFP, like every month or every cycle, it's kind of like, okay, like this would be a time when if we're not ready for another child, like we would be abstaining, or like, are we open to having another child? So I think that open communication like leads to like just having more open hearts because the topic is like coming up a lot more frequently than it would be otherwise.
And there's also an element of like during those periods of abstinence where maybe you are trying to avoid, that helps you like emotionally connect within your marriage as well. And I think through that abstinence also it helps you kind of strengthen your will and your spirit and your ability to practice things that are otherwise maybe difficult.
And just like that, like kind of building like desire for one another during the time periods when like the physical intimacy like isn't there because of like avoiding a pregnancy, then like you're able to like emotionally connect in ways that otherwise like maybe you wouldn't. So that's really great. And then like one other just like I guess another benefit is that like NFP is natural, so like there's no harmful chemicals that you're putting into your body, and it's not like a difficult transition going from like being on the pill to then like to being off the pill in terms of trying to like get pregnant. Like it's natural and it's not harmful to your body in any way. So those are just a few of the benefits that like we experience and are like grateful for, but like to be completely honest, like it's not like completely easy. There are like challenges and sacrifices that do come along with NFP. For example, like when you're first learning NFP, sometimes it can just be like a little bit hard and just to like figure out what's going on and to understand those like signs of fertility. It
just
takes
a little uncertain what's going on with the cycle, or just not sure. So certainly is kind of a little bit scary.
Yeah, so it does take a little bit of like just like learning, and it's ideal to, you know, have some time where you really can learn like during engagement to understand like the whole cycle. But once you like understand and figure it out, obviously things are like much more smooth. And another like challenging time can be after having a child and the body is still kind of trying to like recover and get back to a normal cycle. Some of those those can be challenging times, but like even though there are challenging times, we just feel like the benefits like far outweigh the challenges, and that like the benefits far outweigh the sacrifices, and those sacrifices like strengthen the marriage and strengthen our family, and it's really been like a really great for us.
Right, and through practice it does get easier as well. So,
so we highly recommend NFP.
Yeah.
And
good luck.
Yeah.